Is that also in the Umbra?
It's everywhere. It's in the real world. It's in the Umbra. It's very strong in the Umbra, yes, but it's everywhere. It's in the food we drink. It's in the water we get out of the faucets. It's everywhere. It's only a matter of how much or how little.
Tara looks kind of shocked at that, like, ew.
Okay, so you're fighting a war, and I guess now so are we.
I hope so.
You hope so, so we do have a choice.
You do. You can walk out the door, but I can't guarantee how long you'll last. If we don't train you, they will find you. You won't know how to defend yourselves, and you'll die.
Okay, so... God damn it, this is fucking heavy.
It is.
Okay, so we... Yeah. Okay, then who's the commander?
Here in Dublin, it's the Tana Ishte, that means the war leader, and that's Ross. I'm number 2 after him. Believe it or not.
Should we stand at attention or something?
No, you shouldn't. But I do hope you'll listen.
Doing my best, he says, and takes a swig of whiskey and passes the bottle.
She actually grins at that. Well, you're listening.
Aaron
like
takes it and takes a swig too. This is weird.
You're listening like an Irishman, at least.
I take that as a compliment.
It's clearly meant as one.
Yeah. I don't want to cause shit.
So, when does the training begin?
I'd say probably tomorrow.
Mm.
In fact, I will say tomorrow. Thing is, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start by explaining the basics to you, who your tribes are, the roles defined by what moon phase you were born under, so on and so forth. These are just fairly basic things. There are some rules, some pretty lengthy rules about being a werewolf. They've served us pretty well for several thousand years. Not all of them are completely up to date, but, you know, we can't really tell our enemies, can you please give us 2 years off to revise the rules and then we'll come back to the war? Doesn't work quite like that, unfortunately. Yeah. Thing is, as I said, we do need you. We do. That also means the training your guys are going to go through, it's going to be hard. There will be, as Ross said, it's not going to be easy, and it will hurt, and you're going to get shouted at times. I just ask you, all of you, now that none of the others can see me being this sappy, I'm asking all of you, so please understand that whatever it is we're doing, and however ridiculous and however stupid and however hurtful and however painful it seems, we're doing it because we want you kids to survive.
Thinking of Caesar, Aaron looks utterly skeptical at this.
She actually notices that, and she's like, okay, talk to me.
Presently, I'm thinking I shouldn't tattle. This is bullshit. I should deal with my own problems. In fact, I'm probably thinking of my dad when I'm remembering that a man handles his own shit. I think because she strikes me as the kind of person who has a certain level of demand to her tone.
She does, but she also, more than anything else, she does speak in much the same tone of voice I do. She sounds tired.
Mm. So, okay. Some people around here are dicks.
Yes. People are people.
Yeah, but there's what? 20 of you? Tops?
Slightly more, but yeah. 22, 23, thereabouts.
And, to quote And I toss my head at Ross. We're all a big family.
Indeed. Don't tell me you don't have, I don't know, an older brother you don't want to punch the lights out of, or a really stupid aunt that always sends you a really, really ugly sweater for Christmas.
I'm an only child.
You're an only child, all right, fair enough. But I'm sure you know what I mean when I use that as an example, though. Do you absolutely love and adore and kiss the ground upon which all of your, biological family members walk?
No, but I've never sent them death threats either.
No, because some people are dicks, as you put it yourself. Let me guess, since you're talking about a death threat, let me guess that came from that walking shite stain called Caesar.
Aaron's body language clearly expresses that she's correct in that he immediately looks somewhere else and assumes I'm not telling you about this because I'm supposed to handle this attitude.
Yes. She leans forward a little bit with the beer can in one hand and a wicked grin on her face and saying, right, if you went after Caesar right now, even if you all 6 did, he would paint the pavement with you. Caesar is an ass who doesn't understand or respect anything except strength. Nothing else. He's a pretty good fighter, but he is an absolute dick. So, how's about this? We help you, all of you, all 6 of you, learn how to do what you can do. We teach you how to shift shapes. We teach you how to use your supernatural abilities. Ooh. We teach you how to enter the spirit world and come out. All of this shit, all of the traditions, all of this bollocks. And when you're ready, when you're good and prepared, then you go out there and you kick Caesar's arse, and when you do so, it'll be your doing. It'll be your victory. If you can leave him alive, possibly drag his sorry, scraggly ass back here so he can be properly humiliated, maybe we could even bring him back into feckin' line. How's about that for an offer?
Deal.
Good.
In return, when you're less drunk, please don't shout at me.
Don't worry.
I crack a very small smile.
She actually grins and winks at you and says, "I'm never drunk. We don't get drunk."
And there's Taliesin just a big grin. He's like, "Oh, the fun."
Think about it, she says, and looks at your different. Some of you have taken a swig of this, and several of you have been drinking. And she points out, she points to Taryn, I believe, is currently holding the Jameson's bottle, and she's taking a big.
It tastes foul, but nothing happened. Kind of why?
Mm-hmm. Look at that little stripling of a girl. You're very pretty. You're a very pretty lass, she says, but you're hardly built like a brick shit house. And you just downed enough Jamesons to knock a grown man out. You're not drunk.
Nope.
We don't get drunk.
Then why drink it?
For the taste of it. I like it.
She hands it back. Okay, then.
I suppose it detracts from the marauding biker image if we drank milkshakes.
She actually laughs at that.
Taryn cracks a grin too and looks at Tally because Tally said something to her.
Yeah, Tally's while he laughs, he sort of chuckles as well, and because he playing on the whole thing, sort of ironically remembering his Peacenik's words to him. But understanding and about what to do then, he takes the second joint from behind his ear, lights it with the remnants of the first one, and gets started on that one. And squeezes what's left of the other joint in his fist to put it out, essentially.
She actually looks at you when you do that. And then she winks again, smiles, and says, "We don't get drunk, and we don't get high."
Oh, I've learned that Nick is a lot more profound than I gave him credit for.
Nick's a very good actor, she says. Nick's a very good actor. He's also a good guy. Listen to him. He can teach you a thing or two.
Believe me, there's nothing I want more in this world right now than to learn what I can from him, because, as you said, he's a good man, and there's nothing that inspires me more.
You could certainly pick a worse teacher, but all things considered, I think you might have a thing or two to learn from me as well. She points up towards the moon and says, "I think we're born under the same one. You have a very, very good voice."
Thank you. I'm willing to learn from anyone who's prepared to teach, and I'm prepared to listen to anyone who's prepared to speak.
Siobhan?
That's it too. Yes, yes.
Speaking of tribe,
Yes.
what do I do?
I'm not sure, but we will figure something out. I am not entirely sure. You are
If she was a dog, her ears would be down.
There are none like you in Dublin, but you do have, well, your kind tends to be fairly tech-savvy and the internet is a thing. You're probably going to have to do a lot of, I don't know, what the feck is that called? E-learning or something? Do they have an iSchool or something by now? I don't even feckin' know.
Taryn is biting her lips. She wants to correct her, but she doesn't fucking dare.
No. I remember there was a movie, years ago called I, Robot. We need to make one called I, Wolf.
Oh, one of my favourite quotes is from that film.
I could tell.
Does believing you're the last sane man on the face of the earth make you crazy? Because if it does, maybe I am.
That makes no sense.
No, not unless you really think about it, and by then you might just have gone mad anyway.
I don't want to. I'm busy thinking about a web diploma in Werewolf.
Well, Shiva's been quiet throughout the whole thing. She is a thundercloud. She's clearly furious, but it's also quite clear that it's not at Siobhan.
She looks over at you because, yeah, Thundercloud. With a questioning look on her face. What? Do tell. You're just going to get an ulcer if you don't speak. You'll heal it very quickly, but it still hurts.
Out of character, no, she's going to get an ulster.
Ha ha ha! Very funny.
Maybe she just realized she was actually a fan of Justin Bieber, and that was scary.
Yeah,
No.
that was a horrible realization I had there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Next thing you're going to know, she's going to turn out to be a fan of Bella and Edward. Or just Jedward.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, Jed
Or
Irish.
Bella and Jacob.
yeah, maybe she rooted for Jacob and is like all pissy at Bella now. Sorry.
Bella and Sharkboy.
Can we go back to her now?
Yep, Thundercloud.
Very weird. Thundercloud.
For a brief second, it looks like she's considering the ulcer. Before she says, "Gee, have a nice party, kids. Tomorrow it's war. You can't expect me to be thrilled with this."
Nope. I don't. But what do you want me to say? Do you want me to make it go away?
I don't think you can.
Sorry?
I don't think you can.
Exactly.
I have to admit though that I'm kind of excited. It'll be fun.
She looks at you with this. She does smile, but it looks strained.
There's no such thing as a fun war, Connell.
Look, she were right.
I think his kind might tend to disagree. I'm just saying.
That's racist.
No. It's tribist, if it's anything.
Yeah, there seems to be a lot of that going around.
She were right.
Mm.
I mean, she said that it's not war tomorrow. Tomorrow is learning. So maybe we assume the best and reserve judgment.
Tennyson smiles at him saying that because he thinks that's a good thing to say.
I'm not super stoked either.
Told there's a war. There's not going to be another judgment to that. It's not going to change, but I'm not going to be happy about it.
People.
Well, neither are the soldiers who are being sent up to war down in the Middle East. But they do it for a cause. We were just chosen without having any say in it.
That is a very good point, Siobhan says. And the problem here, of course, is that you have every reason to be angry, and in fact it's something we're really, 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 really good at as werewolves, as a people, if you would. We're really good at anger. So you have every reason to be angry for having had this thrust upon you. I'm not saying differently. I'm not. However, no one here thrust it upon you. No one here chose that this should happen to you. It just happened. It just happened.
To be completely honest, I'm not angry about this. I'm angry, but I'm not entirely sure about what. Then anger is werewolf, right?
That's what we call the rage, but yes.
I'm not angry about this. I just want to learn more.
It's a very good attitude.
He looks like, I know this is weird, but I kind of want to know everything!
That's actually not a bad attitude.
And to be completely honest, if I can help in any way...
You can.
More than I ever did before.
You can.
I kind of want to.
Each of you, will have a chance to save thousands of lives, tens of thousands maybe, or even more. You may. And they will never know that you did it, and they will never thank you for it.
Who cares?
But you'll still have done it, and it'll still be your deeds.
Can we agree this sounds just a tiny bit insane, and that perhaps
absolutely.
Perhaps in a couple of weeks, I buy you a drink and say you were right, but until then, I reserve the right to continue to think that this is insane?
Hell, I've been in this for 15 years by now, 15 years. I still think it's insane. Doesn't make it any less real.
You're gonna have to wait a while for your drink then.
She smiles and says, well, here's the thing. You're what, 15? You can't legally buy a drink in Ireland until you're 18 anyway, so I can wait a while.
I can't legally turn into a wolf either.
Nobody's ever made a law saying you can't.
Out of character, you do realize this is the perfect plot hook for when we get to the end of the prologues and Aaron is 18, for him then to drop the brick again and have him actually buy the drink.
Yeah.
I'm writing that down.
Seems more like a setup than a plot hook.
Well, not a plot hook, but it's
a good setup. Yeah.
Yeah, good. Yeah.
Yeah.
In any case, she says, this is all a shite deal for all of you. I am not denying that.
Yeah, I would have preferred waking up to find out I was a Disney princess.
Yeah. You know what? I hate to tell you this. Disney's controlled by the worm.
Oh, and Taliesin looks just heartbroken.
Taryn just notes down right away. That goes my childhood. Fuck Snow White.
She then looks over at Fenna with a slight grin, and says, "Yeah, but Bugs Bunny isn't."
Wasn't Walter Nazi?
And then she turns around, grins, walks
Siobhan?
away. Yep.
I'll bring you a jacket next time.
Keep it. It's yours. Looks
Can
better
I-
on you anyway.
Can I ask like one question, just to make the headache complete before you leave?
Certainly. Go ahead.
So the cat woman,
Yeah, her.
and the whole Raven thing.
Oh,
We,
you mean her?
I want to know the answer's fucking obvious, considering fucking leeches and werewolves.
It's not obvious.
Are we supposed to take any of these weird things? How seriously are we supposed to take them?
Depends on what weird things you're referring to.
Like the Raven and
The Raven is real. The Raven is real.
Yeah, but how serious are we?
Oh, deadly. Serious.
Well, fuck.
He's a spirit, right?
Raven is the most important and the most powerful spirit in this entire cairn. He is the protecting spirit of the cairn, and he is, in fact, the one who makes prophecies and predictions, and who has saved our asses on so many different occasions. It's ridiculous. He's saved. I can't count how many times he's saved my arse.
So why do you hate the woman he talks to?
Because Kat Markison and Eric Holmgren are... She looks over at Connell and Fenna again and holds up a hand as if, give me a second to find the right word here.
I think Aaron interjects as she does that, and just in Theodora's words says, assholes.
Aye, but that's only part of it. Well, Eric, it's pretty much all of it. Eric is just a fucking moron. He thinks everything, and I mean everything, can be reduced to the next fight.
If I might,
Yes.
from what you've said, and from what I've seen,
Mhm.
while he may be, as you claim, dumb, he is in league with someone who is very smart and knows how to use
Aye.
and direct that.
That is the problem, isn't it? Kat is, or Katrin, or however she pronounces it, I'm not certain, is an extremely powerful woman. She's also after only one thing in Dublin, and that's this place. She wants to control this cairn. She believes that it is her tribe's right to do so, and everyone else tells her to go feck herself with a chainsaw.
Aaron sits down hard in the grass at this point. He just like sits down and just leans back on the grass, knees up, but just like leans back and says, infighting.
Well, we aren't actually killing each other.
No. I'm just gonna sit here for a while and feel really small.
It's all right. We aren't actually killing each other, but as you saw earlier, Eric makes a point out of beating up one of the Fina every time he gets here. Fina would be my tribe. That would mean yours as well, she says and looks towards Shiva.
Shiva nods.
We are the most numerous tribe in Ireland. We are the native Guru, the native werewolves of Ireland. This is our place. This is our home. We've held it and defended it against all comers for thousands of years, including the feckin' Vikings, pardon me. And the problem here is that Kat and Eric think that it's sort of... They see it as their duty to reinvade Ireland one Viking at a time.
Taryn looks at both Cuddle and Benna, like, what?
That
When when Kat first arrived here, when she first arrived here, she was welcomed cautiously, but she was welcomed. And she has spent every waking moment since then trying to become the next person in power of this cairn.
Maybe she's not just trying to not be resented at every turn.
She
There's
actually...
a lot of hatred for us, it seems.
I don't hate the two of you. I don't know you. But I am wary of you. I'll be honest enough to tell you that. I am wary of you.
Because of our blood?
No, because she is going to get in your heads and she's going to teach you that she's the rightful leader.
And who's to say you aren't trying to get in our head?
Maybe I am.
And this,
I think it's safe
this
to assume everyone is.
This is exactly what Aaron meant by infighting. It's...
And he's got a good point.
Everyone will have an opinion and everyone will want to have other people share it. It's quite natural.
Can I ask why it's so bad that she wants to lead this place?
Because...
I mean, no disrespect, I just don't
No,
understand.
that's a fair question. That is a fair question. The problem is, if she comes in here and takes over, the Gets of Fenris run things in a certain way, which is extremely bloody and extremely violent. And I am not a person who's going to say no to a good fight. I'm really not a person who says no to a good fight, believe me. The problem is, we are, as I've said several times, not that many. And part of the way we stay alive is by not throwing our resources away. The kind of war that Get of Fenris leads would lead to resources being thrown away. And resources in this case, and I hate using that word, resource in this case means lives. Garou, lives.
Aaron, without realizing it, quotes his father. It just says, victory means patience now and so every now and then. Victory means being patient every now and then.
Indeed. I actually don't think that's a bad expression. I think that is very, very true. Kat is extremely patient when she chooses to be. She hasn't actually launched an attempt at a violent takeover. But the Get of Fenris don't do things her way. And if she takes over here, she will answer to others of her kind. She is not a rune. She's not a warrior. She's a priest, shaman, thurge as we call them.
Oh.
And the problem there is, if she takes over control of this cairn and that gets back to her kin, that gets back to other Get of Fenris, they're going to send a battalion of the biggest, meanest, angriest warriors, and they will run the show. People like Eric, who is a magnificent warrior and a shite leader.
There's like a slow bobbing of Aaron's head, as if like I totally get what you're saying, kind of imagining really bad stuff in his mind, but still not enough to really commit to the actual nod, because he realizes he doesn't understand shit. So instead I think he just lays there on the grass, slowly bobbing his head.
Wait, if this is a holy place, wouldn't it make sense for a priest to run it?
There are some tribes who do that, actually. There are. We tend to have priests who are important and venerated for their roles here. Someone like Old Nick or Francesca, when she doesn't have all the boys drooling over her, which is a little disconcerting, to put it mildly, since they're not supposed to be drooling over her. She's Garou, for feck's sake.
What does that matter?
Yeah.
It matters because mating with werewolves leads to taint. It leads to the worm entering the fetus of the baby.
You can mate without getting pregnant, though.
TMI.
Yeah, it's the principle, unfortunately, because there's no form of contraception which is absolutely certain.
Can we reserve this for the learning part tomorrow?
Absolutely.
I'm sorry I asked.
No, go. That's fine. That's fine. Is there anything else you want to know?
Why is Ross leader?
Because he's the biggest, the strongest, and the best we have.
So this is a might makes right society, or
No. Well, for some it is. For the Get Fenris it is. For the Red Talons, we don't have any of those in Dublin. Thank Gaia, we don't.
I was going to say, I think Aaron looks to Taryn when she says Red Talons because her name is Red Arms.
Yeah.
She's like,
No. They're a tribe of hyper-violent, mass-murdering arsehats who basically think that the most lenient of them think that about 8 out of 10 of all humans must be killed and the rest must be kept as slaves.
oh wow,
I don't like them much. Let's just put it that way.
I'm sorry, but that's just it's not liking that doesn't even give you a point. It's not, you're not supposed to like that.
Nope.
Aaron tries a disarming smile at Shiva and says, well, at least we got stuck with the moderates.
It's not might makes right. In this case, he really is the best of us. He's a good leader. He's a fair man. He helps people excel. He's a feckin' amazing warrior. So, yeah, that's why Ross is in charge. He's also been at this for enough years that he's actually gathered the respect of his peers, the respect of the spirits. He can do shite that none of the rest of us could dream of. I don't even know how to do that thing about growing to great heights like you just saw. I have no idea how to do that, and I'm pretty good.
Well, you're 28. I mean,
that's old.
Yeah, Aaron decides that he better just back out of that conversation because he was making the point that she was old, and he just now realized that maybe saying that out loud is actually bad. So he's just like shrugging and just looking at something else.
Yep. She jabs a finger over her shoulder towards where someone like Joseph and Nick are sitting talking. Those two geezers, she says, those two geezers are ancient.
Welcome back, Adrian.
Hey.
Those two geezers are ancient. I'm old for a werewolf.
What's ancient? No, wait. No, I don't. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
It's all right. It's all right. I'm gonna leave you guys to it.
I had a question.
Oh, certainly. Go ahead.
Because as I understood it, Mary's some sort of judge, right? Is that what she does?
That's correct.
So you have like a legal system?
You could say that. We have the traditions that we go by. We call it the litany. You're going to learn all about that. And yes, as I said, a lot of it is pretty badly outdated. We still go by it because it's the best we have. And because there are reasons behind all of the rules, however insane they might sound. For example, I think we can all agree that a rule stating that that Guru are not actually allowed to eat human flesh is a good idea.
Yeah.
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 Hollywood would disagree.
Hollywood is shite.
Let me guess, that's also run by the enemy.
Only some of them. Only some of them.
Are we fighting for a world of art house films?
No, she says. Not really. But you are fighting for a world where anything where it says Pentex or subsidiary owned entirely by Pentex, or subsidiary owned in part by Pentex, or Pentex affiliated, or anything of the sort.
I know Pentex. They sponsored a race in my school once.
Yeah, they did. Probably.
As a scholarship for my school.
Mm-hmm.
With the...
They are the enemy.
A firm?
No, they're more than just a firm. They're like a multinational conglomerate.
Yes, they control almost everything.
They
They
give you
want to.
bad deals or something?
No, they literally turn people into the sort of shite that Connell ran into on the rugby field, as I understand it.
Oh,
That's-
I think I ran into one of those.
See? That's what Pentex does to people.
So-
A big area everywhere, though.
They are. It's not everyone who gets turned into one of those things. But let's just say that 1 in every 10,000 gets turned into something like that. That's a lot of people worldwide.
How often do we get nights like this?
We
I
have...
think at this point Aaron just like is lying down looking at the full moon.
That depends on what you mean by like this, as in...
He gestures towards the bonfire and basically everyone.
We have moots at least once a month. That's what we call these nights. We have those at least once every month. Sometimes it's more often than that. But in general, yes, we try to hold them every month. This is an out-of-sequence situation because of the 6 of you. Normally, we hold our moots under the gibbous moon because Ross is Gaillard. Ross is, most of our leaders are.
What's a Gaillard?
The judge.
No, that's a Philodox. Gaillard is, they're the singers and the lore keepers and...
Alias's eyes light up.
Oh, that's why he asked if you were singing.
They are our racial memory. They're also they're also feckin' awesome warriors, if I may say so myself. She says and brushes her fingers off on her lapel with a grin.
Ah, you're one too.
I am.
I assume we'll learn more about this tomorrow.
Oh yes, and not just tomorrow. This is going to take years.
Will I be handed a book about those rules?
I don't think there is a book, but I do think that that Mary has a system for how to memorize them.
What do you mean years? I mean most
years.
of us don't have years, right? I mean, I guess everyone has things to do.
I don't think they'll let you do things, Aaron.
Oh yeah. Just depends on what things.
I mean, I have an education to get back to. I live in England, for God's sake.
That can be fixed and taken care of and moved here and such like. We have contacts too.
Fuck this. Fuck everything. He lies back again and keeps looking at the full moon, just mouths the word fuck.
Fuck.
I guess that part is at least like a cult. You join and you never see your family again.
I don't get it. If people can go back to school, why can't we go back to our families?
Because we don't want you... We don't want you to kill your families.
Oh,
We
but
don't-
everyone in school is fine.
We don't want... No. But when you come across your families, they're probably going to react very, very, very negatively to you. It's not something I know exactly why. Maybe one of the priests can tell you this. But we have... It's like when you see... If you take a chicken and place in front of a fox, the chicken knows automatically to run away. Even if the chicken has never seen a fox before, it knows to run away because it's a fucking fox.
So they're like
Human beings react the same way to us, and it tends to be stronger in families. So you go back to your family, they're going to take one look at you, they're going to be the chicken in front of the fox, and they're going to try and run away. That is not too bad, except it can be very traumatic, obviously, but it's not actually dangerous. However, once in a very rare while, once one of these people decide, oh, you're dangerous, I'm going to pick up this meat cleaver and try to kill you first. Never mind the fact that you're my son or daughter. I'm going to try and kill you because you're dangerous. We don't want that to happen to anyone.
Shiva just looks incredibly sad.
That can break anyone's mind.
Taryn puts her hand on Shiva's arm.
So you're telling me that Fenna can never return to her family,
Unless
and I can't return to my mother.
Unless they're kinfolk, if you do so, you risk what I just explained to you.
Taliesin looks suddenly clams up and looks a bit. Tries his best not to look guilty overtly.
Yeah, well, Taryn isn't
Fenna looks
good
very
at
sad.
that kind of thing, so she just looks guilty.
Connell puts an arm around Fenna. trying to
Philip
comfort.
answered it.
I'm sorry, guys.
You can't really go
This is
back up.
fucking bullshit. This is
Mm-hmm.
such fucking bullshit.
Aye, it is. I'm not denying it.
There goes that childhood.
Aye.
Come.
Oh,
Yeah.
god damn it, we're gonna have
That was that life.
the most spectacular
Yeah.
childhood I've ever dared to imagine. Just fucking didn't think it would be this. And I assume no one's gonna know, right? Because we certainly fucking didn't.
I don't know if you've watched some television lately, but you might see me again on the news.
That happens once in a while as well. She looks at you and just nods in your direction while looking at your hair. You might want to dye that for a while.
Oh, she has dyed it.
Oh, okay.
No, Shiva is hugging herself, but she has dyed her hair. She did that a few days ago.
Does she say that out loud? Like,
Shiva?
you might want to dye your hair. Does she respond, I have?
Yeah, let's go with that. Shiva pulls back her hood. I already have.
What's your original color?
I'm Irish.
Yeah, so am I. And I didn't dye mine.
Shiva points to her incredibly freckled face.
Okay. I mean, I guess that would look good on you.
Shiva does not register any undertones that might have been there. She's busy hugging herself and feeling sad.
For whatever it's worth, she says, and then she half turns and then turns back to look at you all. For whatever it's worth, if I could make this go away and not be there, I would if you wanted me to. But I can't, and nobody can.
It doesn't fucking matter, does it? We're stuck like this. We just gotta make the fucking best of it.
Yes.
You lie. If you don't get back up, you should lie down and stay down.
Pretty much.
That's the way I think we have to see it. We can't go back. We might as well go forwards. And I know that's not a comfort to anyone here, but in weeks, months, years, that's going to be what sustains us. So for my part, I'm going to hold on to that thought. Never let go.
You're so gay.
Yes, well, thank you for noticing. I was supposed to be an actor. I suppose I kind of am in a twisted way.
Yeah.
She walks away unless somebody stops her.
Nope.
Now, I think she might still hear the comment Shiva has that I think they really should have called you hold speeches. Or make speeches is probably more appropriate.
Look, I meant to... Look, we were talking about the Raven, and it spoke to us, right?
Yeah.
It said to me that I was going to have to be the one that would eventually understand all this. I need to be the one that keeps us together, that helps us understand why we're important, to make us accept and feel that that is right. If the pack were like a body, we all have parts to play, the mind, the head, the arms, the legs, the voice.
The dick.
Yes. Well, he wants me to be the heart. I need to be the thing that keeps us sane, that keeps us working as a team. And if that means I need to keep giving speeches, then fuck it, that's what I'll do. But
out of character for a moment, I have to ask: did anyone mention Gaia? Like,
Yeah.
have we been? Oh, okay, because I wasn't here for a lot of it. Okay, Mati, who's Captain Planet?
we all use magic, and we fuse together to form some giant werewolf kaiju, and then we end up like Captain
No,
Planet.
we're six. There are 5 Planeteers. Who's Captain Planet?
If Pentex
You're the heart.
if Pentex is the enemy, Ted Turner is on their payroll. So Captain Planet is the enemy.
Plus, of course, think about it. These are werewolves, right? Well, there's a pack mentality going on, I think, right? So, logically, Captain Planet's whoever's going to end up being the alpha.
Are we going to have to deal with that kind of bullshit?
Yes, because...
What is even an alpha?
Judging by the way Eric acted, I would say we're definitely going to have to deal with that sort of bullshit. I mean, in the end, it's fine. I mean, groups operate better with a leader anyway.
Yeah.
So an alpha is a leader.
Yeah, it's a colonel.
Alpha's the leader of the wolf pack.
Yeah, when I was out in Wales and I worked with this... I had this farmer... what's his name? Farmer Davith. And he explained it to me a little bit. Yes, wolves and similar creatures. Pack mentality, you've got to have an alpha in charge. You have a beta mentality, which is like secondary. And then anything in between. And then at the very bottom, you've got the omegas.
Omega.
Yeah. And they're at the bottom of the pile. So yeah, as I say, Captain Planet's going to be the alpha, whoever that ends up being.
So, like, in the grander scheme, Ross is the alpha, and Siobhan is the beta, and the rest of Omega in the set.
Well, he might not fucking stay the alpha with the crazy cat lady, right?
Oh dear. That is well beyond our understanding at the moment. This is our first night. We've got years ahead of us. I think we should take some of this as it comes.
Yeah.
Well, I will note, Taliesin, that the Raven told me that I'm the doubter, that I must question. So,
Yes,
for
of
what's
course.
that worth?
Aaron sits up, starting to feel a bit uncomfortable at all the Raven talk.
But judging
Besides,
Siobhan's face thing...
I just want to be absolutely certain here. One second, guys. I just need to be sure. Uncomfortable about all the Raven talk. I hope you did notice that there was one sent to you too as well. Good.
I did. That is exactly why.
Good. I just want to be sure.
besides, we've only heard the werewolf side of the deal, right?
So you want to go talk to vampires now?
No, but
I'm up for
I
that.
mean, you can't just... Maybe we should get a second opinion that we can actually trust. I don't know how to find such a thing, but...
Yeah, how do you find someone who's in war with werewolves, who isn't exactly our enemy? Because right now we have no idea who we can trust and who we can't trust.
That's because you're thinking about it the wrong way. You don't want to look for someone you can trust, you just want to ask everyone and then make up your own opinion who you can trust.
Or you
But-
find a werewolf from outside this set thing.
I mean, if they,
Who isn't invested in the internal politics of it all? Because clearly this whole it's a clusterfuck of backstabbing and politics and
this isn't politics.
Yeah.
This is Game of Thrones.
There's a lot
yeah,
of
I don't watch that, so
Should. It's a dope show.
it is cool.
Yeah.
I'll watch it.
It's got like dwarf dick in it.
It does. So how big is it?
Shit, I don't know. Why do you care, gay ass?
Well, I guess it doesn't matter if two guys go at it. I mean, you can't get pregnant. Right?
Hey, I think Francesca's a hot piece. I'm not into the.
The majority of the wolves here are Irish. They're probably gonna beat us for being gay.
Yeah.
Shiva looks like she's about to protest, and then she just sighs.
There's definitely a tone to Aaron's voice that is like, I don't actually care about being correct here. I've given up, and everything I say right now is an exasperation.
Yeah.
I'm angry, confused, and this is why I say these things and I don't care.
I'm in the process of dealing, so.
I think we all are.
Taryn looks from one to the other to the next, and then just sighs. Well, we can't change it,
No.
and no matter what we do, we can't really get out of it.
No.
It seems we can. If we want to get stabbed in an alleyway somewhere or something. I mean,
Yeah.
whatever the enemy, and he makes air quotes with his hands as he says that, whatever the enemy means to do to us.
And I kinda made a promise to myself when I woke up in the fucking middle of nowhere outside of Dublin that I would never be the victim again, so I'm not gonna lay down.
Yeah.
In other words, I'm actually just gonna fight.
That's pretty dope.
To fight, I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to learn. To learn,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to stay here. And to stay here, I'll have to do what they say.
Yeah.
So to
I
me,
mean-
it's kind of simple. I'm gonna take it as it comes.
I mean, I think we're all confused. I think all of us feel some anger and outrage and a
That's
sense
putting
of
it fucking lightly.
well,
Yeah.
I want to rip your face off.
that's good. Keep that feeling. But the point is, we don't know what's
Yeah.
going to happen. But as I see it, we've talked about, we've all been shown that in spite of everything, despite what we may believe, we have parts to play now. And I'm not saying that we should blindly follow that. It's right what you said, Shiva. We need someone to question, to doubt, to contradict. We need someone to fight. We need people to fight. We need people to record. We need people to do all things. And I think my part is to have faith in you, all of you, in them, in this, as horrible as it may be. And no matter what you choose to do, any of you, I want you to know that I will do my part and have faith in you.
That makes you really easy to manipulate.
I suppose so. Maybe that's what's meant to happen to me.
They also make you like the greatest dude bro ever, yo, kinda.
I'll try and take that as a compliment, Aaron. Look, maybe I am naive about this. Maybe I am, but I'll learn. We'll all learn. We've got a few years.
I don't give a fuck if you're being naive about this, okay? Just fucking keep talking, please.
Sure. You know what? Taliesin kind of smiles at that.
Aaron, you're messed up. Do you know that?
Shut the fuck up.
I think Shiva sits down next to Aaron.
You know what?
Well, guys, I don't know about you guys, but I want to meet the rest of our crazy family.
Yeah.
And then she walks off.
Once you-
What's the rest?
Call to you soft and say, once you've met them, could you like bring back tell us who's an asshole and who isn't? I mean,
Well,
that
if
seems
you
like
have the black eye, I can tell you who made it, and you'll know who's a dick.
Sure. You point me at them.
Let's, yeah.
Yep.
Hey guys, do you
Keep talking, please.
yeah? But before I keep talking, do you want me to go and grab us some more beers or something?
Yeah.
Yes, please.
I don't think alcohol would mix well with how I'm feeling right now.
You can't get drunk.
And
You sat down next to me, right?
Yeah.
I share a sideways glance at you, and I mean, you might like the taste. I guess that's the only thing that matters now.
I guess I could take a sip and see if I like it. I mean, as I said, I'm Irish, right?
well,
Might as well be a drunkard.
Hey, Shiva. You've just proven you've proven already that just because you're meant to fit a stereotype doesn't mean you want to, doesn't mean you have to. You can be as un-Irish as you like. But I'm still going to go and get those beers, so back in a tick.
You can be a Viking, like me.
Taryn has walked off to find the park.
All right, and
It's late.
I think this is the point where.
Can I just one thing?
Yeah, sure.
Because there's a very, very important thing that
Yes.
Fenna hasn't done yet.
Yes.
And sniffed at Taryn.
Exactly! And it has been fucking hurt.
I got bitches on my left, I got bitches on my right.
And now one of them is sniffing my hair very tight.
Go on,
Take the
Hille.
left bitch out, you put the left bitch in, you take the left bitch out, and you sniff for a little bit.
Aaron's sitting on the ground, right?
Yeah, Aaron's sitting on the grass back to the bonfire,
Yeah, so
throwing long shadows.
Fenna
Very funny.
goes and sits next to him. Aaron, I'm sorry. I have to do this.
There's like this brief freeze of Aaron was like, what is going? I'm not sure I should object to this. What is this?
And just sniff.
I have to.
It's so funny.
That is so weird, Fenna. And why only you?
That is so funny. Anyway, guys,
Oh, she's so cute.
Yes.
I think we're gonna fade to black there. And next time we meet, it'll be a few months into your training.
Cool.
Joy.